Ladies and gents, welcome back guys, welcome back to the Raw Kitchen Table Talk. In these videos we get to have these unfiltered conversations as we used to do back in the day. Now guys, I don't even want to introduce myself, but I want to talk to you about some important topics here, and everybody should tune into this conversation. Look, most millionaires are probably dumb. Most millionaires are stupid enough to make investment decisions that everybody else doesn't agree with, and that's why they make a lot of money. It's because they don't really use their knowledge and their tools and their experience. They use something called gut feeling, this thing that pushes them to make these investments that I think if I was to look at it from the outside, I would call it stupid and dumb. Now, dumb is a harsh word. Dumb is a word that we use for something else. And really, in the business world, there is no such thing as a smart decision and a dumb decision. Everything else is just a decision. It's just a decision because everything we do is just us rolling the dice on something. Whether it's we see value in, whether we have gut feeling in, which is what dumb means, and whether it's our knowledge and experience telling us, hey, this is a good opportunity to invest in or enter the field of this specific business. So I know a lot of millionaires or successful people who have actually succeeded and made a lot of money just by toggling off their knowledge that they've accumulated over the years or that their experience. And you'll notice that it's the youngsters nowadays that actually get to take advantage of these opportunities, because the older you get, the more careful you become, the more experience you gain, the more knowledge you accumulate, the more careful and calculated you become, which, by the way, actually hinders your progress in the field that you enter. Because what's going to end up happening is you will calculate everything, and by the time you've calculated, by the time you've seen value in this specific investment, whether it's in the stock market, whether it's in a business, the opportunity's gone. And somebody else has already taken advantage of. And it's probably the guy who didn't think with their knowledge and skills and experience, but they just thought, you know what, I have this gut feeling, I'm going to invest in this, or I'm going to enter this business and just do it because I see value in the future. So I remember in 2020 when the market crashed, and a lot of you watching, you probably remember the same thing. In 2020, the market crashed and it dropped by 50%. Most stocks got hammered. Some people took money without even thinking and just bought in because they said, you know what, this is like 2008. Little did they know the market was going to bounce 2 months later, not a year or two later. And they made 50 to 100 to 150%, even though the headlines that were surrounding the market at that time were so grim and so negative that I looked at it and said, yeah, we're going downhill even further. But the person who went in without experience, without any knowledge, actually made a lot of money. I came late to the market. So did everybody else, because we looked at the headlines and we seen, hey, you know what? This is all negativity. The market is going to crash even further, which I see, by the way, in some of you. Some of you, you look at the headlines and you look at what's being written, what's being said by people, and it influences your decision. Now, these people are not dumb. No, they're experienced, they're knowledgeable, and they actually know what they're talking about. But it's hindering their progress. Do you think these people will make money? No. Couldn't they lose money? The chances are slim here because they're actually experienced and they're being extra careful. But in the business world, when you make a decision, there's no such thing as a smart decision. You just make the decision and you roll the dice on it. Maybe use your experience to make this decision, whether it's to enter a business, whether it's to buy a stock, to buy a crypto. But you use your gut feeling if you really want to make a lot of money. And that's the big risk we take. But also you have the risk of not winning at this and failing at this specific business because you didn't use your knowledge and experience. But in most cases, it really requires you to toggle off this knowledge versus dumb. Do you go dumb mode on this specific investment or this business, or do you go knowledge and experience? See, a lot of people, any business I have touched or started, a lot of people use their experience from the past. They've used their knowledge, they've used what other people have told them and channeled their opinion towards me. But of course, I block this off and I go do the dumb thing, which they view as dumb. When it makes money, it becomes smart. And that's really kind of gist of this video that I want to explain here is most millionaires are actually not smart. You know, the ones who have degrees, the ones who have studied and masters and doctorate, they don't make the same amounts of money as this other guy who just came from the streets, learned a few things, seen an opportunity at a specific business or stock or, you know, an instrument, and took advantage of it and succeeded and made a lot of money just by using this dumb decision. See, I know dumb is a harsh word, but it's gut feeling at the end of the day. It's what you feel. And that's how we do business. It's how you feel about a specific thing. Everything else is irrelevant. If I had used my dumbness in 2020 and bought in at the bottom, the first day the market crashed or the second day the market crashed and just sat on it, I could have made a lot of money, but I came late. And so did everybody else, by the way. I know a few people who just went in and they had no knowledge of the stock market, no knowledge of investing. They just seen market crash. Instantly they said, opportunity. They took their money, put it in. A few months later, they've made 1,000% on some stocks. See, was that luck? Well, yes, it was luck. Because it was a dumb decision. And that's what we call luck. And that's what everybody calls luck. Basically, it was just a dumb decision. It wasn't luck. It was a dumb decision. Everybody says this is luck, but it's not luck. It's a dumb decision. But it turns out to be smart at the end of the day. And I know this because at times when I look at the trading world and I'm day trading, I see opportunities that I don't take. And it stops me from taking those opportunities, my knowledge and my experience. And everybody else is the same. Now, of course, this toggle that we use to toggle off the dumb and the smart is only for certain cases. If there is, I guess, not a match in the decision you take at the state at that time of smart and dumb, and smart wins at that time, you're going to have to take a step back and reevaluate that decision one more time based on what you see. Because every decision we take, it actually has to be on what we see on that specific time. And yes, there is projections, but at the same time, it's what we see now. Is it a dumb decision? Because a dumb decision doesn't just happen without actual, you know, seeing other people doing it or seeing something in front of us that, you know, I guess activates this dumb decision. So what I'm saying here is sometimes it's okay to be dumb, and you don't need to be smart to be successful. You can actually be dumb to actually be successful. You just have to learn from that dumbness and get a little smarter later on, because if you stay dumb with every decision, you'll just lose all the money. All right, so that's me, guys. I'll see you soon. Peace and love. And hopefully you understood what I'm saying here. Peace.